Hey, Dave.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, this is Mark Michael and Dave Hansen.
Hansen,
We are here at Franchise Unconference. Mark Michael websites, client Tether.
Sales automation, CRMs, and franchising.
Cool. So, again, if you've been following any of my content, whatever, we say once you own your website, you control your marketing stack. And the more we get involved with franchise, the more we have been trying to recommend who we think is best of in terms of all the other parts that DevHub does not do. So recently we were talking to a larger home service brand who was like, who do you think we should use for our franchisees as like an operating system similar-ish to Franconnect. I'm just going to say it, Franconnect. And I asked a couple franchisor buddies. I was like, hey, who do you think? And so Client Tether was on that list. I was like, God, we've ran into these guys so many times, but I just didn't know. So I was sitting with him, earlier today at like the breakfast, or actually last night.
Yeah.
And I was like, so tell everyone, so what are you doing?
Yeah. So, first, thanks, man, for pulling me aside. I can't agree with you more about the tech stack, first of all. And
Okay.
I'll tell you about me in a sec, but just want to reiterate from another voice that owning your website is such a critical piece of your overall tech stack. SEO has become so much more powerful and valuable, and being able to say, hey, we own our domain, we own our SEO, we own the strategy, and then being able to plug in the right players to the rest is 100% mission critical. So just want to reverberate your message, dude.
Okay, thank you.
So we're a CRM, a sales automation platform. We were designed for franchising. We were built by a serial franchisor, a guy that founded 5-Star Painting and hired Scott and Chad to partner with him to make the franchisor family. Like the 5-Star franchising continues. He left, but he then left and built a technology stack. He's like, I need this for my next brand, and it's designed from the ground up to help support unit level operations in franchising, and also top franchise development CRM now out in the marketplace.
Okay, so real quick. So, again, don't forget, I come from Mike Tech. So what is unit level
Operations.
Yeah, what is that?
Sure, yeah. So in the world of franchising, you need technology that your franchise owners use to run the day-to-day operations of your business. So if you're, let's say, I'll give you an example of like a carpet, like a flooring company. Like they need to receive leads from the website and all the other channels and platforms they're getting leads from. Follow up immediately. We do text, call, email automation. We're the only one that does all three.
Okay.
And then handwritten notes in the mail if you want to get that crazy. But then follow up on the leads, get the appointments booked, follow up on the appointments, make sure they show up, get the quote out the door. We do the proposals in the platform, get payments, schedule the jobs, send out work orders, get reviews after the fact, collect the final payments, all that stuff in one platform.
Okay.
But they need to be able to operate in it, and you also want all the data there so that you can have that data roll up into your dashboard so you can coach and mentor and have visibility into franchisee performance. So it's a pretty broad platform, but the whole focus of it is how do we help a franchisor give tools to franchisees that can create replicable results very easily. And that's kind of the crux of our platform.
And again, I always come at it like the layman, because I don't know.
Course.
It's like, so I'll just say, for me, selfishly, Mark Michael on planet Earth with you at the same time. So when I think of unit level economics, I'm thinking the franchisee royalties. Is that not part of it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So if they're using our proposal system, we auto calculate your royalties, your marketing, your tech.
Man, I was nervous.
You're like, no, what are we
because that's what I think this one particular home services company was asking us. Yeah. Was who do you recommend beyond the usual? And then again, having met you over the years, but never actually having met you, I was like, I think that's what they were trying to get at was how do I understand who owes us what? Because again, I'll say in this particular case. This brand, which if I said the name, all of you would recognize, they've also been kind of dormant-ish, and they haven't really been managing franchisees. And so this new leadership group's coming in. They're about 100. They want to revive everything. Yeah. And they're like, how do we get our arms around this thing? And so obviously they came to us for a website. We're like, well, who else are you talking to? And so then yesterday I passed your guys' name along to them. And so,
thanks, man.
Yeah, cool. What else?
Well, so there's the other side of the business, and this is unique I didn't realize that we were the only ones that did this, but in the unit level operations, there are only a couple of players that really understand franchising, and we're the number one there. But then on the franchise development side of things, like I'm trying to now award units, and nobody does both, except for us. And I just assumed other people did it all. But so when you're trying to follow up on leads, people who are inquiring about buying a franchise, there are two of the top 3 franchise broker groups have standardized on our platform. We work with hundreds of brands that from Propel brands to Wendy's, right, and down to like a couple hundred emerging brands. So we just get how are the mechanics supposed to work to optimize conversion and help you filter quickly through people who are inquiring about franchises, especially if you have high volumes of leads. It's a mess, and if your lead quality is not that great, then it's even more difficult for your sales team. They become disenfranchised, and they're just letting the leads die.
Got it.
So we help automate all that. On the Fran Dev side, you can get them an item 23, a confirmation receipt, which is a critical part of the regulatory part of franchise sales, and then get them to a discovery day. So pretty nerdy, but
no. So again, for me, it's just good to know, right? Because again, like people are like. Again, in this particular case that I'm thinking about, audience of one, is, how do they revive everything? How do they get their arms around everything? Mm-hmm. And again, like we're more still, I hate to say like on the digital marketing side as like a blanket, right? It's still websites, it still fits in that realm. And so again, like the unit level stuff, the regulatory stuff, and we don't really touch that. I mean, we care what the ROI is of the website and how much a lead costs, But again, the other side, we don't obviously touch. And so again, to have a partner, a recommended integration, we can fully integrate you guys.
Oh yeah, today, like you Snap,
you have all the APIs,
open APIs. Okay, cool. We have open no code.
I don't do that part, so
you don't even need to build one. Yeah, we can just plug it right in.
Yeah. Honestly, Dave, to me, that's basically it. But I don't know. Is there anything else that you want to say, or anything we should say?
Well, audience of one, right? To this brand, they have the same challenge a lot of people have, right? But if you're trying to revitalize a franchise brand, and I've been involved in that now dozens and dozens and dozens of times, it really comes down to about 3 things. You got to have the right people to support them, right? Yeah. You and I can't help with that. You have to have the right tech stack. So you have to have the right tools that create scale. Your technology, if it's not actually creating scale, it's just creating drag, and it can be a real drag. Pun intended, with your franchisees. They'll piss and moan, they won't use it, and they'll complain that it doesn't work. But then you also have to have data, right? You have to have data from the website. A solid website gives you great data, right? And I'm sure you guys are all over that. But then you have to have data about what happens. We know what happens before funnel, and as they get into funnel, then they convert, right? And you're all over that from the website. But then what happens afterward? Most franchise brands are surprisingly blind to what happens, and that's a key part of what we provide. So you're going to want to, even if it's not us, you need to be focusing on the data of what happens after the point of conversion in digital, and that way you can get a feel for lead quality and also franchisee performance quality, because sometimes you'll see the same lead source across the institution, then you'll see multiple units that are struggling to convert it where everybody else is doing great. It's an immediate flag that's a coaching moment that's totally objective that will actually produce results. And on the coaching side, trying to revitalize a brand, blindly flailing around trying to coach people actually creates more angst than lift. And so data's key.
Really well said. Really well said. Nothing. All right, I'm good.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
Are you going to ski today? What are you going to? Are you doing the
cooking class today?
You're doing the pasta.
I'm a local, and it's kind of slushy, so I'm like, no sense in using a day for that.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm going to get this video edited, and then I have a call at 11:30.
Okay.
And so
no cooking today.
I don't know. It could be like a last minute decision. Wait, what time is cooking? No. I know. I think this meeting will run into it, and so
that's okay.
Cool.
If you pop up, we'll feed you.
Yeah.
I'll share. Thanks, dude.
All right, thanks, Dave. Yeah, that was awesome.